Good evening, people out there in Ruritan land this afternoon. It's great to have the privilege to speak to you through this as what I learned and what we experienced in Western North Carolina in 2019 when I was district governor pertaining to growth. Before I get into that, I would like to thank President-elect Glenn Broadwater for asking me to share a few things with you. Also, I want to thank Linward and Ann, our National President and First Lady, for their support that I had during my term as District Governor of Western North Carolina. Also, there's another couple that I want to thank for all the encouragement they've given me over the years, is Bob and Lorraine Reese. They were a great supporter of me. Lorraine had a hard time getting me to zone governor, but after that, she kept coaching me on through till she got me to the district governor position, and I am so grateful to them for that. Also, now going back to my time as district governor, and what got me so excited about growth in Ruritan was attending the leadership conference in Dublin, Virginia, that Steve Simmons was the guest speaker that year. And I'd heard some people said that he was there at Kingsport, but anyway, he was a great motivational speaker. I took all kinds of notes and took advantage of every handout that he gave us. So it really blessed me to do that and set me on fire for coming in as a district governor. There was a lot of material there that he shared. So I taught that to the 2018 district cabinet, my first year as district governor. I taught all that material and all the other that I could get my hands on. And of course, one district meeting, you couldn't cover it all, so it was over the whole year. And then in 2019, in January at our first cabinet meeting, I told the cabinet they were going to experience a different governor this year. And they did. I challenged them for growth in our district. We were at approximately 550 members at that time. Our lowest point was February of 2019, which was 547 members. I challenged them for the end of the year that we would have 600 members in the district, and that all clubs under charter strength, which we had 9, would be at charter strength by the end of that year. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a pretty tough challenge, but if we don't set goals and we don't challenge ourselves, we will not do the work. So I proceeded from that. I had a very, very good cabinet that year, as both years that I served as district governor. And they accepted the challenge, and we all went to work. This is not something that I could do on my own, because one person couldn't accomplish that. It takes a team. You've got to be a team effort. You've got to accept it. You've got to be in unity to work these challenges and work through them. We had, by November, our district convention. 1 week before the convention, we had 600 members. Ladies and gentlemen, that's from February 2019 to almost the end is the third week, I think, in October of 2019. We hit our goal of 600 members. And we had one club that it came to charter strength. So we had 8 clubs left to work with. We had one zone and had, I think, 6 clubs in it. 4 of those clubs made the 20% deal for the discount in dues this year. My home club was one of those clubs that made that, Deep Gap. The other clubs were in the Lenore area. And that is where the growth came in. Now I want to share with you what we did and the materials that we used to get the growth. One club there added about 50% growth. That club used the little Ruritan pocket handout that we get from National. And they also used the You're Invited card. Those 2 pieces, those 2 tools, is where I give the credit for having for the growth that we got in Western North Carolina. Now, how they use those materials, they have bingo once a month. They had those laying at each on the tables where people sit, whenever they come in to play bingo. They had those cards laying there and people would take them. They'd fill out the invited cards and invite them to come back, invite them to club meetings. And as I said earlier, that club got 50% growth. Other clubs in the district used those. I personally used them myself. That is what we contribute, and also being excited about Ruritan, sharing with people, and you have to talk to people. There's no other way around that. You've got to show your excitement for Ruritan and what Ruritan people do in your community. All this pulls together, and that is where the growth came from in 2019 that we did in Western North Carolina. Now, I want to encourage your lieutenant governors, your district governors, to try this. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, then start from that and work with something. Try different combinations and get excited about growing this. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to grow Ruritan if Ruritan lasts. And we're going to lose people, yes, but we need to be adding more than what we lose in order to have a gain. And I'm hoping with what we've gone through the past few months in our country that our Ruritan people have done work in their communities, and that has been an excitement and been a help, and other people have noticed that in what that we do by encouraging you to do that. So again, I want to thank the cabinet I had in 2019 in 2018 for the support they gave us and for the unity we had. And our zone governors out there, I can't leave them out. They're the link that is most important, and they keep the clubs informed, get the clubs excited, And folks, there's no way that we can't have growth if we carry this excitement. One other thing I think that worked real good too was I visited the clubs. My lieutenant governor was out visiting in the clubs, and we had to show the people that we care for them before they'll listen. People don't care what you know until you show them that you care. And you're carrying the information to them. You're encouraging them all the time to get to grow. I want to thank you for what you're doing for Ruritan. Keep up the good work, and let's grow it in the coming years that we have. Thank you, and good evening.